In this video, we're going to be looking at modeling with power functions. Now, a power function is in the form of f of x equals k times x to the power of a, where k is just a constant of variation, and a is some type of number that cannot be 0. K cannot also equal 0. If we have to have a constant of variation, if I plug 0 into k, it obviously doesn't exist. With that being said, there are two different types of variation. Technically, we have direct variation versus inverse. Direct variation is where your a value is positive. Inverse variation is going to give you a negative a value. Now, here's the thing. If you have a negative a value, this is the same as flipping the x. And here's what I mean about that. If I were to have f of x equals x to the power of -2, this is the same thing as f of x equals 1 over x to the power of positive 2. Okay, so that's just a little refresher in case you forgot that a negative power means that you have the reciprocal of that. So again, those are the same thing. So we're looking at whether we have a direct variation or inverse variation based on our true power functions. The other thing to note, remember that a fraction exponent, fraction a, is going to give you a radical. So for instance, if I have f of x equals x to the power of 1/2, this is the same thing as f of x equals the square root, technically there's a little 2 there, x to the 1st. So the numerator goes underneath the radical sign. The denominator tells us what type of root we have. Just as a little refresher course on what our powers actually represent. So looking at this, if I were to have f of x equals 2/3 x to the power of 4, from this information, you're going to be asked, what is the power? What's the constant of variation? Is this an inverse? Is this a direct? So from this information, we know that this is direct variation. We know that our k value is 2/3. The power is 4. This is all information that would be needed from this. This actually is an example of a monomial power function. And the reason why this represents a monomial power function is because we have a single term polynomial function. Okay, so let's write that down. And that makes sense because if you think about mono means one. So single term polynomial function. There isn't anything added or subtracted off of that 2/3 x to the 4th, and the x is, you know, down in a normal level. It's not like an exponent, so those types of things. So sometimes you'll be given the reverse way. You'll be given a statement in which you need to write a power function. So for instance, you might have a varies directly as the cube of b. Okay, so from this information, you have to write the power function. So a varies directly. So if you see varies, that's going to tell you a equals. It is a direct variation, so we have k times. And we know it's going to be a positive. So k times the cube of b. Cube represents 3. And there is my direct variation or power function equation. So you're going to have to use this information to kind of figure out how to write your different information in terms of an equation. And this is something that we've talked about before with direct variation and inverse variation. You're also going to have to look at the different graphs of variation. So for instance, if I were to have 2/3 x cubed, oops, it would help if I typed it in correctly. So looking at this information, you might be asked to, okay, what does this graph look like based on this information? This is going to look like, we should know this because it's an x cubed. We should already kind of have an idea what this graph looks like because it is one of our 12 basic functions. So you should have some of that information in mind. When we're talking about a inverse variation, so if I were to have 2x to the power of a negative number, you should already have this in your mind that, okay, remember a negative exponent is a flip. So this is going to have branches in 2 separate quadrants, in quadrants 1 and 3 with, you know, a vertical asymptote in it. So notice here, I've got a branch in quadrant 1 and 3. I've got my vertical asymptote there. Also looking at our 12 basic functions, if you were to have a fraction, you know, we have a square root. You should already kind of have an idea of what that should look like based on your 12 basic functions. So looking at this information, this is all stuff that we've talked about before, and it's information based on exponents. It's information based on our graphs of our basic functions. So we just combine them together to give us a power function.